What's up, YouTube family? This is Elder Stacy Zanders coming to you with another video. Today we're going to be giving you 8 ways to help your team stop procrastinating. All right, 8 ways to help your team stop procrastinating. Let me give you the key points of these 8 things first. When it comes to ADHD and other issues of executive functioning, what causes procrastination are intense feelings of overwhelm. Typically, the child is going to feel overwhelmed. But getting the most challenging task out of the way first is one strategy that can help. And then breaking procrastination habits is not easy. So self-forgiveness is an important component of perseverance and staying on course. One of the primary symptoms of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD, and executive function issues is procrastination. Most parents have struggled with this when their child or teen seemingly takes his or her sweet time following through on chores and homework. Most parents interpret this behavior as either laziness or defiance. However, in many cases, it's just simply procrastination. All right, let's start with the steps. Number 1, minimize distractions. Your teen's workspace is full of distractions. If your teen's workspace is full of distractions, he or she is more likely to procrastinate. However, your teen, help them to eliminate as many distractions from his or her work area as possible. Have your teen's phone silenced or turned off. Install an app to block social media and other distracting sites while he or she is doing homework. If your teen is doing work in the living room, leave the television off. Number 2, work with the most challenging task. Your teen's most challenging task isn't necessarily the most difficult. It is the task he or she has been putting off because he or she dreads the thought of doing it. Have your teen start with his or her least pleasant task and get it over and done with early. And your teen spends the rest of the day working on something more enjoyable. You will notice your teen feeling a lot better once his or her perceived worst task is out of the way. Number 3, break down longer tasks, okay? Children and teens often procrastinate when a chore or schoolwork feels too large and overwhelming to handle. You can teach your teen to overcome this by breaking large tasks down into smaller, more manageable steps. Have your teen make a to-do list and mark off each step as it is completed. A to-do list will keep your teen on task. Ensure he or she doesn't skip any steps and give your teen a sense of accomplishment as each task is completed. All right, number 4, commit to a deadline. A deadline is a powerful motivator. A great way to teach your teen to overcome procrastination is to set a non-negotiable deadline for the completion of the chore and mark it on a family calendar. Deadlines for schoolwork can also be integrated into this calendar. If you have a teen tackling a large project, give him or her a soft deadline for each task on his or her to-do list. Setting specific deadlines will keep your teen on track to meeting his or her goals. All right, try step number 5. Try the Pomodoro Technique. The Pomodoro Technique is a popular time management method developed by Francisco Cirillo. The idea is to break down large tasks into intervals with small, short breaks in between them. You don't need to worry. You don't need any apps or any specific tools. All that's required is a timer. And here how the Pomodoro Technique works in 5 steps. Step number 1, assign a task for your teen to work on. Step number 2, set a timer for 25 minutes, which is 1 Pomodoro. All right, step 3, work on the task without interruption until the timer rings. Then write a check mark on a piece of paper. Step 4, have your teen take a 5-minute break. Step 5, after completing 4 Pomodoros, take a longer break of 20 to 30 minutes. Repeat this process several times during the workday. and you may be surprised by how much your team is able to accomplish. All right, number 6, schedule leisure time into your team's day. Okay, have your team schedule a block of time in his or her day for video games, watching television, or other leisure activities. Have your team keep such tasks to their scheduled time and keep focus on his or her work for the rest of the day. Having your team incorporate leisure time into his or her schedule may help alleviate the guilt he or she may feel about procrastination. All right, number 7, hold your team accountable. Set up times during the week when you have check-in meetings with your team to inspect the completion of chores and homework he or she has done. It is important to note that you must be punctual with this schedule, as it will help your team take his or her new schedule very, very seriously. Number 8, reward your team. Give your team a reward as he or she completes each task on his or her to-do list and chores and homework. It could be monetary rewards or a gift you know your team will appreciate. Have a snack or take a short walk. This system will trigger the release of dopamine in your team's brain, leading him or her to become conditioned toward constantly following through with chores and homework. Most teams will procrastinate from time to time. Be kind to your team and forgive your team for procrastinating in the past. You will be a role model to your team on how to practice self-forgiveness. Self-forgiveness is an important step in conquering procrastination. Teaching your team to break his or her procrastination habits will not be easy, and so forgiveness is an important component for preserving and staying the course. I hope this helped you. Please share this video with someone, another parent that may be struggling with their teenagers in this area of procrastination. And do not forget, hit the like button on the video, hit the notification bell, smash it. Smash the like button and that notification bell. And subscribe to the channel. And remember, as always, this is Elder Stacy Sanders. Until the next time, God bless.